Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome into another VR accessibility overview. And this one is for Coffin Rot Brewing Company. This is both on PC through Steam and on the Quest 2, maybe also on the Quest 1 through App Lab. This game is brought to you from the same devs who made both Rogue Ascent VR, which is a really fun hand tracking only roguelike type game on the Quest 2. It's really fun. As well as Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu, that is both on the Quest as well as on Steam for PC. And that is also actually a really fun game. They just recently did a Halloween update, which was really cool. But we're not here to talk about those games. We're here to talk about Coffin Rot Brewing. Now, the gameplay you are seeing is of the PC version, as that is the one that I have. And in the gameplay, you're going to see one thing pop up, and it's because of that this game is accessible. If you have not looked up this game at all, this game does not intend for you to play seated. This game does not work that way. Not by itself, anyway. Because you are basically a bartender for pirate ghosts. And the whole thing is to see what they want and then turn around, make the drink, turn back around, give them the drink, use the pistol, defend it, skeletons and things like that come in to try and take your gold, try and take your booty. It's not good. And you got to use the pistol, defend that. The table will get messed up, or the bar will get messed up. It'll get dirty. You gotta bend down, kneel down, crouch down, whatever, and wet in a sponge, and then clean it and do all that stuff. This isn't intended to be played from a chair. However, there is one way, actually two, but one of the two works a whole lot better, and that is you can use either OVR Advanced Settings, which is free and totally works. You can set up both a height toggle and a turning, multiple turning toggles to turn left or right on your controllers. I actually have a tutorial up on how to set up a toggle, specifically the height offset and a height toggle. So be sure to check that out if you do want to use it. OVR Advanced Settings is also very good for a lot of other games as well. I typically use that one more often than not. But the other way, and this is what I used for this gameplay, is Walk-in VR. Walk-in VR is pretty much always at the top of my description, right under the accessibility website that I manage, DewdyDoes.com. All my notes, overviews, tutorials, everything is always there. But Walk-in VR, you start Walk-in VR, that starts up Steam VR, and then you'll bring it up in Steam VR. You hit the start button, and I've done a tutorial on this too. Did a basic setup, or a setup and basic use tutorial. And you do all that. You set whatever button, the A button or X button or B button or Y button, for the left and right controller. You can set one for movement. You can set one for turning. You can even set one for both. And that is actually how I am playing. That's how I'm able to play. I can crouch by holding the button and taking the controller up. You can even just do it with wrist movement. You don't got to move your whole arm. Pull it up. You go down, pull down, you go up, and simple as that. That is how you crouch and stand in the game. And then if you have one of the controllers set to turn, you hold the button, you move your arm or even just your wrist, the controller, to the left, you turn right, to the right, you turn left, and you, boom. This game all of a sudden becomes playable if you have to play seated, or you want to. This game will instantly become playable because I don't know about you, but I don't have a chair that can quickly swivel around to be able to do stuff like that. If you do, then this game, 100%, you'll be able to do it. You don't even really need to worry about the turning one then, and just the one to like move. But if you don't have that, and especially if you're in a wheelchair, wheelchairs can't turn quickly. They're not going to be turning quickly enough to do any of that. So things like this that enable you to fully turn on your own with even just a wrist movement and all that is so good. Now, I mentioned the Quest version of this game. Yeah. I don't even have the Quest version, but I have looked at the store page for it, and it's the same as it is on Steam. The only problem, you don't have things like OVR advanced settings. You don't have things like walk-in VR. So you're out of luck. The only way that it looks like anyway, that you would be able to play this playing seated is if you're specifically playing the PC version on Steam using something like OVR advanced settings or walk-in VR. That's it. And as I said in the tutorial, because it probably has come up once or twice during the video, it will come up with a thing saying that you're using the free version of walk-in VR. I will as soon as I can, and I definitely, if it's a program you can see yourself using a lot, I would say do it as well. There is a thing, I think it's about 30 USD, and you buy that, and it supports the creators of the software, and then it will make that so it doesn't come up anymore. And so if you don't want that interrupting your gameplay coming up on screen, keeping you from seeing something, and you also want to support the creators of the software, do that. I'm going to be doing that when I can. And yeah, this game isn't accessible. If you have to play seated, this game is not accessible to you without walk-in VR or OVR advanced settings. And if you're on the Quest 2, this game isn't going to be accessible unless Meta puts a dang toggle for their height adjust height setting, which is in the accessibility settings within the Quest 2. That will raise your height up. Unless they put a toggle for that, which I don't see that happening. If they don't do that, then even that alone, you're in trouble. And you would need a swivel chair to be able to have the 360 movement. Yeah, that I don't see any other way around it. But if you're on PC, good day, I guess. And if you're not, I am very sorry if this game looks fun and you won't be able to play it now. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video because there's not really anything else. There isn't much to the options. No colorblind, no subtitle, no difficulty modes, no anything like that. Anything I typically look for, none of it is in this game. But that is why I do these videos. All the notes, of course, and everything will be on DewdyDoes.com along with this overview. So if at a later date you want to give it to a friend who wants to think about getting this game but doesn't know if it'll be accessible or not, you can give them this video. If they want to get into VR and they don't know if games will be accessible, just give them the link to DewdyDoes.com. I make that for you. I make these videos for all of you beautiful people as well. And yeah, I don't have any other reason to do that stuff. Why would I'm going to do all this information to see if I can play the game. Why would I not give it to you guys? So, hopefully this video does help. That way you know whether or not you can play this game. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye.